esteemed viewers. This is Fides Television, reaching you live on Fides Media. I am Dennis Joy. We're glad to have you join us on another intriguing episode of Fides Family and Society, where we discuss salient issues affecting families and society at large. We are still dwelling on the relationship talk series as we had the last time. I have with me here my amiable guests, Ms. Funke Ibrahim and Mr. Wise Yakubu. Welcome on set.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
On the show today, we will dissect on the topic communication strategies in a relationship. I must say the essence of communication in every relationship cannot be overemphasized. As a matter of fact, lots of relationships out there in the society are faced with certain dilemmas due to lack of proper communication. We'll discuss further after the short break. Please stay tuned. Glad to have you back. Now let's dive into the topic for today. So speaking on communication strategies in a relationship, Ms. Funke, I would like to ask, what is the role of communication in a relationship?
Communication is very important in a relationship. Is the main foundation that relationship built on.
Okay.
When communication is lacking in a relationship, definitely it will collapse. It will not last, because it is through communication you know the do's and don'ts of your partner. You know what he likes and what he does not likes. You understand?
Yeah.
And you will be able to dictate some things that you yourself need to adjust at the long run. But when you're not communicating and communication is lagging behind, definitely the relationship will not last.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Wise, what's your stance on the role of communication in a relationship?
Well, like Sha said, I don't want to stress much on it.
Right.
Most definitely. Speaking of communication, is a vital element as far as relationship is concerned.
Okay.
And this is because it is impossible for you to be in a particular circle with somebody and then you don't communicate. If you are not ready for communication, then stop any ship you are in, because this is a vital element as long as this whatever ship you are in is concerned. Okay, so it's a key element. Yes, you cannot overemphasize that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Kids, how do you see it?
In conflict resolution in a relationship,
Yeah.
if at all you want to build something out of that relationship you are in, whenever there is conflict, you will have to call the second party.
Okay.
You guys have to come together to resolve it. You understand? So there is no issue that is beyond settling. It's just understanding. Okay, so we know that this is where an error has come from, and then we know, okay, 2 + 2, will give us the right equation. You sit down and you settle it. But if you do not really want to continue with that relationship, lose it. Because when you keep ghosting, you ghost 1, you ghost 2, you create space. You ghost another one, you create space. So when you ghost like 5, 6,
to turn to resentment.
Yes, because if you ghost first one, it takes you 1 month to get back. You ghost again another. By the time you ghost like 5 times, that is like a year plus. And then you are cut off, and that's the end.
Ms. Funke, thank you very much, Mr. Wise. Ms. Funke, what do you think about this question? Do you feel ghosting is better off, or
ghosting is not
communicating?
Is not welcomed in a relationship. If you have issue with your man, maybe let me use me myself.
All right.
For me not to use foul languages when I have issue with my man, I give space of 1 to 2 hours. At least that time I can that issue will not control me. I'll be the one to control the issue on ground. Then I'll be able to use, because it is not good when you are in a relationship and you have issue and you use a negative word that would be very, very difficult to get off the person's head, even after the reconciliation and everything. So the only thing you can do is just to, instead of ghosting, you can just give space of 1 hour, 30 minutes, just to clear your head, do something that can just make you happy so that you not still be in that mood. You understand? Then at the end of the day, if you cannot reach the person one-on-one, that's why there's platform, social media platform. If it is on WhatsApp, you reach the person, you can just drop your own, what's on your mind to the person. Do you know that exactly what really happened? You will see from your own end where you make the mistake. You understand? And say, okay, I'm sorry for this. It wasn't intentional. But you know that what you did here is very, very wrong. Okay. You understand? You take blame. In a relationship, try and take blames. Stop putting blames on your partner. Take blames for yourself. Not because you are not wise or because you are trying to buy the person's love, but sometimes you take blames on your own. So ghosting is off for me.
Okay, so I would like to ask this on a personal basis. Most times this act of communicating might be one-sided. Like, okay, you've been the one in terms of conflict resolution, you are always the one communicating, wanting to. What if you have a partner that is always standing at the ghosting side? Whenever there's an issue, he wants to ghost while you're always communicating. So should you continue communicating, or at some point you should just put him up for a test or him or her for a test and see if the person truly cares? I don't know.
From me, if my partner is ghosting me any slight something, definitely it's not when I notice it that it started. I might not take it serious from the beginning. Okay. You understand? And if I see it's part of him, I cannot move on with that kind of person, because if at the end of the day the relationship grew to marriage and we settle down and we have issues in the house, definitely you will leave the house for me, for months, or you will not eat my food, or no, I can't manage that kind of thing, because ghosting exactly is just like you don't want the person around you. Anything the person is doing at that moment is irritating you, or you just want to, anything, you don't want to have anything to do at all. So highest is just to give space, and space is for you to clear your head, do something that can just put you in a good mood, so that at the end of the day, I used to tell myself something: if I'm in a relationship or I'm married, if my man is angry in the office or have issue with any other person, the next person he wants to talk to should be me. Because if he talks to me, even my hello alone has given him comfort, as just, not to talk of when he now deliberate that issue with me. So it will not make any sense. I have issue with my partner and he will just ghost me just like that for 1 week, 2 weeks. How? That space you left, who do you leave that place for? If another person now come and take that space, now you now be like, oh, she's cheating. No, you don't do that.
And it's not like you're not respect yourself.
Exactly. I'm a spec. Full option.
Full option. Mr. Wise, do you have anything to add to that effect? How long do you think this ghosting thing should happen, or when the communication aspect is becoming one-sided? What do you think? Should you continue communicating, or you should what do you think?
Whenever you discover that the communication thing is becoming one-sided, cut off the relationship.
Exactly.
There is no time to waste. Cut it off. Because the whole relationship saga is not one-sided.
Yeah.
You play your part, I play my part. Exactly. We have a balance. So why should I be the one trying to resolve things all the time?
All the time.
Any little things, you flare up, no. In as much as you have a lot of stuff on your head, I have two on my head. So it's the ability for you to understand, and for me to understand that we both are all passing through a lot, because we are in the same country.
Yeah.
So it's not that you're from another, the same country, the same people. So what you are passing through, I'm passing through. Perhaps I'm even passing through more than you are. So we calm down, we resolve things, and then we move.
Thank you very much. So going further in this whole aspect of communication, we know it is imperative for two intending couples to come together and express themselves, talk about their past experiences. So in that, I would like to ask if it is necessary for intending couples to express themselves so much that they get to talk about their past flaws. Because I've had instances of persons that when they divulge all they've been through in the past, the other spouse or the other couple start to see them as, are you sure I would like to go with this person? Look at, like, they get to look at them with that judgmental sense, like, no, I don't think I can, simply because of what they've done. So do you think it is necessary to share, in a bit to express yourself and to communicate? Do you think it is necessary for you to share details of your past experiences to your intending spouse, or you should just zip up?
Well, I think, sincerely speaking, if you really want to be with a particular person, a partner of yours, I think it's important that you open up. Okay, so it is better. This is what I did before. This is what I passed through before. This is what I was doing before. It is better that you hear it from the person's mouth, the horse's mouth, like they say, than for your, for instance, your guy should go out and then you're just having a nice time with his guys, and then the next thing, maybe they'll just see your girlfriend's picture. So it's more. Exactly. Devil you are seeing on your phone. No. Is it devil?
Maybe you've been bragging about this same girl, like, she's so like, good and perfect.
This one, everybody know, and this So, but by the time you open up to the guy and say this, so by the time you say this one, like, I know. So there is nothing that can shut anybody up in this planet Earth more than this word, I know. By the time somebody is about to say something that he thinks you don't know, and by the virtue of him saying it is going to just capsize everything, and then you just say, I'm aware, I know. I can even tell you what you want to tell me now. That's the end.
Thank you very much. Ms. Funke, what do you think about this question?
Yeah, on 40% I will support him, but 60%.
40?
Yes.
Why 40?
40? She has her reasons though.
Yes, exactly. I will support him on 40%.
Right.
On 60%, my past is my past.
Okay.
You understand? My past is my past. I don't have to bring my past into my present. I'm dealing with you. I don't have to bring my past. The only thing I can make my past to come into my present is if I have a child before. I can easily tell you, because it will not make any sense. I'm hiding my child from you, and you now hear that, oh, she's a single mother. You understand? I'm supposed to tell you. And there's some circumstances that can warrant me to tell you, to brief you some things that I won't even tell you into details. That's maybe because if you later hear that, oh, the person, from just what he said, that I know, you yourself will not even give the person's room to go further in giving details. But for my man to go and sit down and say, I want to hear details of what you know about my woman, I don't buy that idea. You whatsoever. Okay, let me do like this. My man went out on his friend and they saw my picture, you understand, and it was not like, oh, is this girl, this does this, you understand? I don't expect him to, because there's nothing he will hear from his friends at that moment that will not provoke him. Okay, I cannot say I gave my life to Christ and now I'm bringing my past into my present, my current new life. No, my past is my past. The only thing that can make me to bring my past into my present, telling my partner, is maybe I have a child, I'm a single mother. Before I meet him, I'll definitely tell him, okay, I'm a single mother, I have a child. You understand? And there are some things that I will see or that he will sense, and I'll feel like, concerning what he said, I'll feel like, okay, I need to tell him some things about me that happened in the past, in case anything related is being discussed with him when he's in the midst of his friend. And another thing I see that can make me to tell him anything concerning my past is there will be a level of that bond, like, as time goes on. It's not, you don't just start, spilling out your past in an early relationship. You don't need it. There are some important things that you need to focus on and work on before you start. It's not immediately he saw you that he will start telling his friend, or that his friend will see your picture on his phone. So you have to build it. As time goes on, you can now start telling him some things. It's not everything that is necessary.
But I think the point here is that I don't think it's a good idea for you to start up a relationship with somebody for just 1 week, 2 weeks, and you're
even a month,
and you're telling the person about you, then it means one day the whole country will know about you because
exactly.
you don't have any relationship there. So, I think what we're talking about here is that you've been into this thing with this person for a very long time. Then you'll be able to say one or two things about yourself, and then the aspect of you give your life to Christ, all things are passed away.
Yes.
The whole thing. If you try that one in your relationship, you are putting yourself on a highway. Do you know why? How am I supposed to defend you when I don't know? When I'm hearing the old things that are passed away,
and it becomes more painful, and trust is
you
at stake.
What exactly do you want to hear? Aside maybe if I'm having a child.
Okay, imagine a scenario whereby my friend is a doctor. You went to my doctor's friend, and you have like 5 abortions.
Abortion with him.
And then and then you didn't tell me before. You understand? And then because you consider it not important, or because it doesn't have to do with giving birth. Yes, it's in the past. Behold, things are new. All things new. Give you there. You will have to tell this guy.
Wait. Even if I would tell you something with one, I can't just come and sit you down and say, "Hey, my darling, I'm sorry.
Bring something you connect and tell him, because that my doctor friend will tell me one day.
Okay, if I now tell you I have abortion, wait. If I tell you that, okay, sorry, I have an abortion before in my past, and I did not tell you the number of abortion, and your doctor friend now tell you that, oh, your babe or your wife has so number of abortion. Now, will you not still be angry?
Why will you be giving me half and half information? No. If you have 5, tell me you have 5. If you have 10, tell me you have 10. And tell me what lead to. No. Tell me what lead to it. You don't just say half and guy. I get 5 abortions before. And then you close it. You think the guy is a robot or something? He has feeling too. You feel like what make this girl to have one?
Even life naturally has a way of setting you up.
Let me tell you. Yes.
Life naturally has a way of saying. You might not talk. Yes. Life would just.
It would just bring it out,
blow it out.
One thing I know is how? Even the doctor on his own, that your doctor friend or whoever it is that tell you how his wife. Did you know how the wife was? The past of the wife.
No, that is them.
Okay, it's just that like me. Them. I've seen couples that their wife cheats. And I'm close to the man. Like the man is like family friend to me. I did not even mention it a day because it's none of my business. Why will your doctor friend see me? It's in my past. Did I come to meet him okay, something that happened, let me say example, something that happened maybe 5 years ago. You understand? Maybe when I'm in university and after 5 years, I met you. Do you think I still live in that same past? It's not possible. For you to see me with your friend, definitely you should know that I've changed and I'm now responsible.
You don't live in the past. And you cannot bring what's happened in the past according to you. But may I remind you that so long as that person that you say a friend is not just anybody, he's a friend. If he truly loves, I hang out with guys that are responsible. So if a friend of mine that is responsible come across something that is important, as responsible as I am, he will want to let me know to safeguard me. He's a friend. So he will tell me that one you don't call it what do you call it now? Is it amebo? What do you call it?
Amebo.
You don't call
that
it.
That one is amebo.
You don't call it gossip. You don't call it amebo. That is what it means. That is a friend. A friend is somebody that is there for you.
So you mean you can do the same thing for your friend?
Me, see that this person committed 5 abortions and my friend wants to go and marry him. I will say, if I tell him and he want to proceed, I will take him for deliverance.
Oh my God, Mr. Wise.
That's what friends
are all about. This is actually hilarious.
No,
like,
but
friends is all about. Because you know why? If he goes wrong with that guy, he will still come and meet me.
But you know that there are some bad friends that they will just feel like, oh, so is my friend, I want to have this girl. If I did not have her, you cannot have her.
That's
no. That is
you understand?
That's why you have to be careful. You don't hang around non-entity. No, you don't hang around people that don't have value.
But
you hang around
people that
the kind of friend I follow is the one that they cannot even imagine in their head that this person is my babe, and they will now want to go out with. They will not even imagine
if they see the attributes. No, it happens. If they see the attribute they want in that lady and it's not in their girlfriend.
She's not the only
Comparison.
person now.
Comparison. No, it's something that is happening.
If you
Comparison.
gather 50 people here on a scale, just know that 70 of them are female. Then 30 out of those, that 100 are guys. So if you think that you must be possessed to think that it's only what you see that my girlfriend is that one that you are going to, you must be possessed. No, you just have to. You must be.
Mr. Wise,
It's not possible. You must be.
So, Mr. Wise, are you implying that we cannot be our brother's keeper or sister's keeper? Need I say, when you see that your friend's relationship or marriage is heading towards destruction,
thank you,
and then you get to keep quiet and fold your hands, all in the name of wanting to protect certain information. So, are you painting into the guy's side alone, or we ladies are privileged to do the same thing? Let's hear from you.
You know, if I tell you that I'm directing this to only the male gender, you think that, yes, you think I'm supporting my gender. But
I would think you're biased.
No, you think I'm biased, but I just want to let you know, and for viewers to know that I'm not biased, and I'm not just supporting my gender. It's the female gender, this the male gender. All right. So if you think something of help, you come across something of help that will help your sister, of course you go ahead and say it. It's not just
but the truth from my end is some ladies are just this adamant. When a male to male communicate to themselves to say, oh, this your girl has done this, has done that, and the guy will just be like, oh, I think this is where I'll put full stop. Ladies will be like, that's his past, I will forgive him. I don't know that kind of love, you understand?
Yeah.
Just like what he said, I was like, my doctor friend said this, if he did not want to even change, I will take you for deliverance. The lady will tell you that he has changed, you understand? Even if she has been seeing traces before that kind of thing is being passed to her as an information, she will still say, my man has changed.
Yes, that is because of the nature of the
can you imagine?
No.
Can you imagine?
Okay. Let me put this thought to my audience. Here is a task for you. If you have something contrary to what my guests are deliberating on, kindly drop it on the comment section, and then we know who wins the argument. Thank you very much. So moving on to the next question. As we already know that communication is a pillar that consolidates every relationship. So I would like us to deliberate on this. What pattern of communication builds a relationship better? Is it one-on-one communication where you get to meet your partner on a daily basis to discuss or trash issues, or online virtual form of communication? Which of them would help to build a relationship better and faster? What do you think, Mr. Wise? I
think for me, it's physical.
Physical?
Basically, that's best for me, because the thing is, if there are some certain response you give on social media that what is in your heart, when you type it, is different from what is being perceived by the receiving end. And then whatever I intend to tell you about, sometimes you lack these words to express it. So you might drop a particular sticker, all right? And the reason why you drop that sticker is to mean something else entirely with a clear mind. Somebody will read the meaning to it. But I will not use a sticker for you when I'm too physically. I will not be around.
But Mr. Wise, you are a busy man. So how will you be able to navigate? We know you to work for the whole day. So where will you have time? Because you are so heavy on the one-on-one communication, wanting to meet your spouse on a daily basis, and we know you that you are always engaged with work activities. So how are you able to manage both?
The thing is, you just create time. You see, they say that there's no time, but you create time for what them fit necessary. So you create time for this. If it's something very, very tangible, if it's something that you think that if it's not well dealt with can escalate, you create time for it. But if it's these minor ones, you can tackle that online. But I think I'm in the face of this minor one, because the one that is heavy should be left for the married ones.
How about if you have a partner that has a love language of quality time and physical communication is what works well for you. So how will you be able to navigate that? She craves attention, and the only thing that works for you is one-on-one.
Physical attention.
So how will you be able to do that?
Well, I think you can just decide to say you meet so finally you can decide to meet weekends. Yeah, you can decide to meet.
She wants to meet you 247. Excuse you.
I don't understand.
Exactly. What if your partner is not even in that state? Okay, what if your partner is not in the same place?
No, you will speak further on that. That is where the virtual communication will come into play.
Okay.
You see, that is why you see the other time on this series I talked about we having putting a mind or having a vision. Yeah, you having a vision as a lady, as a guy.
Yeah.
You understand? If you are driven by vision, you wouldn't expect your partner to be with you. Everybody will want attention. Everybody want to have their partner close to them physically. But you need to understand that it's either you let these guys work or this lady work and have whatever, where they get their source of income from.
Yeah.
Or they'll sit down with you 24/7 and talk. And at the end of the day, end of month, you can pay your bills. You understand? You can't pay your bills. So I think it's very, very important to get a balance. You cannot say you want to have somebody 24/7. You want to be seeing the person. Are you money? If I'm seeing your face, you generating money. So you have to be a balance now. You understand? Oh, come on. You have to be a balance. Yes.
Ms. Funke, what do you think about this question? One-on-one or virtual?
Communication. Number one, I would say communication language matters.
Okay.
Yeah. Between two lovers. Yes. Between two lovers, communication language matters. One, let me speak from my own angle.
All right.
When you both are in different states, maybe one is in Ibadan, another one is in Kano, the most vital thing to do is communication, either through phone call, video call, or chat. You understand? Just make sure a day, at least 2-3 times, even SMS, 4 naira to say, oh, how are you? How was your day? Go a long way in a relationship. It goes a long way. Let's say you are so busy today, say you can't even make a call. Just pick your phone, that 1 second. How are you? How was your day? Hope you are good. It's 4 naira. Send it. For her to see it, her response, you are not even read what she sent back to you as a response. But at least she know that, yes, you have her in mind. You understand? So when there's issue, now, just like I said earlier, give a space. When you are calm and you are back to your normal state, that you know that okay, you will not overreact to that issue. Use voice notes. You can express yourself through voice notes. That's why there's voice notes on your WhatsApp keypad. You understand? Now you can use your voice notes to express your feelings. You understand? To tell the person, to pass a message. If you know that the person will read meaning to your typing or you understand? And if you are close together, you can see each other. Why will you even have issue with your man and the issue will now,
prolong
till the next day? And another day is a fresh day for another fresh thing to happen. Let everything that happened this day, except maybe you are building house, that the house will not finish that very day, you will continue. But if it is issue, don't allow, because if you carry one bitter heart towards your partner till the next day, and it continues to pile up, just don't forget that tomorrow another thing will still happen.
Yeah.
Later it will turn to resentment. You understand? It will turn to resentment, and once it turns to resentment, you definitely be tired of the person. Then you'll be looking for one kind of bestie that you can be. Me, I don't report my issue, my relationship issue, affair to anybody. I don't report. Maybe I say I'll call my friend. Do you see what my boyfriend? If it take me 3 days to reach him, to settle that thing with him, I'll make sure we finish that issue before we proceed. because I cannot have another thing in my mind. And stop in a relationship, two lovers in a relationship, please stop overlooking issues. Maybe you have issue with your partner in the morning and you know you couldn't talk over it, and you just come in the afternoon and say, babe, what's up? Hi. As a lady used to harbor issue more than guys.
Yeah.
You understand? Guys now, they might not even reason it. If you see how far they've continued life with you. But ladies will be like, that thing will still, they will want sorry, or they want another thing.
Exactly.
Try and sort it out. Oh, sorry for what happened earlier on. Are you still angry? Oh, yeah, sorry. You understand? Then you now start up afresh to say, how are you doing? But it's just like, I would believe, just like you offended me and we have not solved that issue, and you now come to say, oh, how are you? Have you eaten? I would like be thinking in my mind, so food is my problem. You understand? So now you don't know that there's something. So please, don't even try to harbor any issue to avoid resentment. You understand?
Okay, Ms. Funke, since you do not see online communication as a problem in the aspect of relationship and dating, does that mean you would also be in support of online marriage, where you stay in Kaduna and your man will be in Benin, and then you could do your online marriage from there, and then you connect your pastor life to join the both of you together?
I won't support that. No, I won't support that.
Since the online communication was the foundation of your relationship, then with the way you are taking it to, probably you won't have issues with online marriage.
Let me use myself
wedding
as
ceremony
example. When I started my relationship with my man, we are together in the same place.
Okay.
We talk, we see, at least in a weekend, we see. Then what took me out? You understand? Now, the point is, there's preparation. Wedding does not just start that day that you pick the date. Before you say you want to do wedding, you do introduction, meet the family of the bride, take the list, pick a date. Now tell me, all those process, can't you just try to figure that particular Friday, Saturday for your wedding? And even if it will take you to take permission from work, write a letter a month or 2 months and let them know, and give you time to travel and have your wedding done. Why will you do wedding online? Why? For what?
I'm asking you because you said the virtual means of communication in a relationship is
saying
not
when you are
problem.
not in the same place. Yes.
Okay, under certain circumstances.
Yes, that you are not in the same place. But that wedding online, no. I don't
That is where technology is taking us to, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I should get ready.
Maybe my boss here can relate to that. Yes, he can say something concerning
I'm not a fan of Zoom weddings. I'm not a fan of that. There are some things you don't even dare. There are some things you don't dare. You don't dare. It's even not for anything, but for the sake of sanity, you don't dare. Because you end up marrying something else and not what you.
But some. I even see one wedding on social media that the younger brother to the husband was one that represents the husband.
It is a different thing entirely. See, there are some persons who are not available. Some persons, because of the nature of their work,
okay,
they don't. It's more easy for you to write something, you want to go for a leave or something. It depends. This it differs. People who are work, people, first men and all of those, it's not that easy to get a pass to go.
Then so you postpone, you adjourn your wedding till when you are free.
I've seen a wedding. In fact, one was done here sometimes last month that me and my guys, we went for. The guy was not around. It's the brother that came.
To represent the
yes,
husband.
And immediately after the wedding, she flew to go and meet him outside. He's outside the country. So I've covered a wedding before that both the lady and the guy were not in Nigeria. They were
so
there.
What happened?
The parent came all the way from Benin, came over and did the whole necessary introductory ride on their behalf. And then they connected by Zoom. Two of them were together. They connected by Zoom, and they showed everything that happened. And then while they did the white wedding, two of them did the white wedding over there. Sometimes you consider some of these things are expenses. If by the time you consider
flight tickets,
yes, getting down here with guys and all of those things, you send the money for the whole stuff, it go a long way, finish, and then the lady comes to meet you. But we're talking about the one that they are within the country, they can create time to come.
That's what
But
I'm
they
saying.
just deliberately
No,
say they
no,
wouldn't
no.
come.
It's a
Let's
no for
run
me.
the thing. Let's make the digital world.
It's a no for me.
Since we met online, we can swear do our wedding online. So that one is totally no. It's a no to it.
And when
Cannot just work.
the
It's
family
not-
starts,
not-
it becomes a no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Little thing
So
online.
So it's not.
They will
that- I'm
incorporate
not
that in their
recommending
children
that's
as
not
well.
Okay. So, but there are some cases to it.
Into their-
It's an exception rather to it.
Thank you very much. So, on a final note, I would like us to share our opinions on these particular questions. What are the strategies that we can use to enhance a good and proper flow of communication in relationship? You know, there are certain hindrances, obstructions, and setback to good communication. And I want us to know that this relationship I'm talking about is not subjective to romantic relationship alone, even relationship father to child, in our family, society. So how can we enhance it? What strategies, I beg your pardon, can be used to enhance proper flow of communication, even from those those in power down to the least person? How?
I think for me, it is you give room to everybody to have their say.
Okay.
All right. If you're talking about communication,
Yeah.
it's a two-angle something. It does not start with one person and end with one person.
Yeah.
You understand? So if we are talking about communication, both family level and all of those, when you talk, okay, you give room for others to talk. So you get my view, I get your view, and then we come to a conclusion. You understand? So it's not something that, so long as the communication that you want to establish, in the line of communication you want to establish, you want to deal with a particular subject matter, you talk, I talk. So by the time everybody discover in the family that you talk, when you are done talking, that is not final. You give room for other persons to express themselves. By so doing, others will want to talk. Others will be yearning, for that kind of opportunity to talk, because you know that whatever I say, even though it might not be taken into action, but to an extent will be considered. And so I will want to say some other time again when I have the opportunity. But if it's just one-sided, keep quiet. Because I say, I do not say, it don't really count. It does not matter.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wise. Ms. Funke, what would you like to say on the final note?
Yeah, I would say I will talk on relationship first before I go further. Is when there's valid communication between two lovers, it will be difficult for third party to set in. It will be very, very difficult, whether family or friend. It will be very, very difficult. Instead of some people find it easy talking to their friend or reporting their wife or their girlfriend to their friend for advice than communicating with that woman in person. So it is where you cannot communicate with your woman or your man in person, at least see reasons why it happens. Some things happen between two lovers and it's just a mistake. It's just something coincident and they don't even know, or they don't even take it serious. But because you did not communicate to them, you went to tell external body outside. From there, they will be giving you advice based on their own experience or something related to what
it might be wrong.
Exactly. So I believe when you communicate directly, it will even make your relationship last long. You understand? Than bringing third party. And if you bring third party, if at the end of the day you later settle your dispute with your woman or your man, that mindset of what you've told your friend, the third party, about your partner, it will just be like a stamp, like something that is magnetic to their brain. They will not forget. If anything now happen and they heard it again, they'll be like, oh, I expected you to have even ended it since she did the first thing. They will refer to it. You understand? And concerning parents to their children, I think parents should try as much as possible to be more closer to their children than outsider, because there are some children that find it easy to talk to their guardians, their mentor, than their parents. You understand? They find it very, very easy.
Even in a typical home,
Exactly.
some might find it easier to speak with their mom as against their dad.
Exactly.
And the other way around.
And he's not supposed to be. And some parents, it's not because they are harsh alone. Some parents are not just available. They will just be, okay, I'm a nurse, I go to work during the day that I'm in night. During the day, my children go to school, and by the time they'll come back, leave for work for night. You understand? There's no time. Some children are even close to their house help than their parents. They are close to their house help than their parents. The house help that we teach them, that we do this, that we ask them questions, what happened in school today. Parents should try as much as possible, no matter your tight schedule, create time for your children. Let that connection be there to communicate. Ask them questions. Know their pain. Don't let outsider be more closer. It will not make any sense that something happened to your child, all the world have heard before you that give birth to the child. So don't let outsider be more close to your children than you as a mother or as a father.
Thank you very much. I really do appreciate. On that note, we have reached the end of this week's. Okay. Thank you very much, Abby.
We need to talk about love languages. You don't ask questions.
We don't try now. Talk about this. We don't try.
Okay, we don't touch.
We don't try.
Okay, do we have a question for the audience?
Okay. I mean, no, let's just yes.
First steps. Okay.
Yeah, that your arguments. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, my wonderful guests, for joining us on the show.
It's my pleasure.
On that note, we have come to the conclusion of this episode of Fides Family and Society. Many thanks for tuning in. Let us learn to communicate, because good communication fosters better relationship. And as we discussed earlier, that communication is a two-sided thing. We have said our part, and then we anticipate your own opinions, thoughts, experiences, and of course, a response to the question that came up in the course of the show. Kindly follow us on all our social media handles as displayed on your screen. Expect more and more mind-blowing episodes coming your way only on Fides Family and Society. For the records, I am Dennis Joy. See you next time.